What is up, everybody? I am your host with the locks that rocks, Adam Richmond, your favorite sideboard to die for. Again, this is Surviving Rocklahoma, the pod that's been rocking your dad bod for 10 years now. Count them, 10. I give it a 10 years that we have been bringing the mayhem to Facebook and platforms abroad. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Before we get into the show, we got quite a bit to talk about. I already see some folks in the comments, including my co-hostess with the mostest, Christy Gross of Camp Mardi Gras. I also see April Brumfield, Heath of Black Pearl and Rockavet, another Rockavet member. Christian is right there as well. What is up, y'all, this evening? I'm so glad to see you in the comments. Thank you for the sound check, Greg Stevens. Thank you so much. You know, we are going to go ahead and kick into the show because we really do. We have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk a little bit about Rocklahoma, as we always do. That's what the show's named after, by the way. We also had some developments on the born and raised front. So if you've got a little twang when you sang, a little rebel soul in your heart, Born and Raised has released their lineup as well. We also have some upcoming events that we are very excited that we are going to be covering, and we're going to talk about it here in a little bit. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. Figured I'd let rock out with the locks out tonight. You know, I don't wear the hair down very often, so I figured, you know what, it's a good night. Speaking of, let's go ahead and start paying the homage to our sponsors. First up is the folks behind the DEB Concerts stage inside of the Roadhouse. DEB Concerts, thank you so much for sponsoring the show and answering the question, what do you want to do with your life? I want to rock! Yes, and Rocky has been doing. You know what? We also want to give a lot of love to the Brett and the Pooh crew over at Your Service Rentals for putting up with all of our pissing and moaning and dealing with all of our shit. Well, figuratively and literally. But because of them, you can squat in confidence at Rocklahoma and Born and Raised, sit down in your own private portable restroom so you don't have to share with everybody else. Those reservations will be opening probably within the next couple of months on aysrentals.com. And while you're checking those out, also look up, they've got swimming pools too. So whenever it's hot out at your campsite and you just want to nurse that hangover and just kick back, relax, enjoy that having all of your friends around, well, At Your Service Rentals has it covered. You can get those services as well. Just don't be stuck out in the middle of the dark looking for a place to go. Number two, like that dude. What are you doing over there, buddy?
Shitter was full.
Yeah, he didn't call At Your Service Rentals. Also, we want to give a shout out to Rockavet. Rockavet is a nonprofit organization that supports veterans' issues, including mental health, and they do this by facilitating getting concert passes and festival passes and all of these other great musical events and giving passes to our veterans because they believe music is medicine, and I am so glad to be joining them in that mission to get that medicine to our veterans. I've got several veterans in my family. It's always been a cause that I've felt very personally drawn to. So all those years ago when Jason hollered at me about doing some work together, I said, absolutely. And we've never looked back. They've been growing, and I can't wait to be joining them this weekend at the Terps and Chains event. I'm going to be talking a little bit about that here in a little bit. Also want to holler at the Rocklahoma bitches, a.k.a. the Redneck bitches. We want to thank you all so much for everything you do for the local music community. These girls are always just bringing positive attitude. They've got that swag that everybody wants, and they've been sponsoring the show for quite a while. So anytime there's a good time going on in the local music community, you know the Rocklahoma bitches aren't too far behind. Now, they also are one of the generous folks who donate a guitar for us to be giving away as the grand prize for our Rocklahoma scavenger hunt. And those guitars, I take them with me to the media area as I'm doing my interviews with the rock stars and other folks that make these festivals happen, and they get signed and tagged. And one lucky person who goes through all of the trouble of the scavenger hunt, taking each of those tasks off of your list, at the end of the day, there can only be 2 winners. And, well, we're all winners, but I get to talk people into signing these guitars, and then I get to give back to the folks who support the podcast. So we appreciate you guys all very, very much. Once again, thanks again to the Rocklahoma bitches. Now, we also don't want to leave out the big old bus, bringing a busload of debauchery to a festival near you. Now, they've been at Rocklahoma. They've done a couple of local festivals as well. You never know where they are going to be next. I saw an Arkansas festival that they were talking about going to. I'd love to see them have that bus out again. Also, we want to show our appreciation for our proud partner and sponsor, Rebel, of photography by Angel Lee, bringing stunning images of almost all the festivals and events that I've covered in the last couple of years. She takes great images, and she is a proud member of the Surviving Rocklahoma team. Thank you so much for all you do for the show and the community, Angel. She is also one of the sponsors of Rock the Equinox, and she's a veteran in her own right. So we appreciate everything Angel does for the show. Also want to give a shout out to Metalcore Clothing, the folks that produce our limited edition Surviving Rocklahoma shirts. If you would like a Surviving Rocklahoma t-shirt, all you got to do is shoot me an email, survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. And last but not least, it's not a Monday night live stream if we aren't cracking open a cold one. So while I tell you all what I'm sipping on, let me know what you guys are partaking of in the comments. I want to know what you guys are enjoying while we are tossing a few back, talking some local music, and jamming out to some local tunes. I am finishing off what I've been provided from the Stone Cloud Brewing Company, my Astro Dog Indian Pale Ale. And on behalf of Prior Liquor Wines and Spirits, the folks who sailed the suds to keep me sauced, cheers, everybody. That tastes like Monday night. That's what that tastes like. And something always about that first drink. 3 guesses what Christy's drinking. I'm sure it's high in the agave content. That's for sure. Alrighty, folks. So, as I was saying, you know what? I'm napping on the job, y'all. Let me get this flyer fixed. can't believe I didn't have it up and running. We are going to be joining our good friends at the Terps and Chains event this weekend in Post Oak Lodge, Tulsa. See if we can pull it up here so you can see what I'm talking about. There it is. Let me get it sized up so we can get you in the screen. Now, they've been planning this thing for a while, but they have invited me out to come and check out their festival, and our good friends in Rockavet had already planned on attending. So I am so freaking excited to check this event out. Let me get my notes here. But it's this weekend at Post Oak, Oklahoma, and there's going to be all kinds of gift clubs. Terps and Chains, presented by Terp Float Festival, is happening this weekend, March 21st and 22nd at the beautiful Post Oak Lodge. It's a 2-day festival that combines disc golf, live music, camping, and a vendor village. This event does have a disc golf focus. I've never played. I'm excited to learn, and this is going to be a great place and time to learn. I'll have plenty of time this weekend. For those who love disc golf, there's a tournament with recreational and advanced division, singles and doubles rounds, and even a night glow round. Oh my gosh. I just want to get out there and kick back, throw a few back, and just watch the glow in the dark things going around and know that it's not aliens coming to laugh at us. There's also going to be music and atmosphere. There's live music, both stages, creating a festival vibe. Joe Mack Music is confirmed, and there will be live music. It's a great opportunity to enjoy some tunes in a beautiful outdoor setting. Vendor Village, they'll have Oklahoma's best canna brands, craft vendors, and of course food trucks to keep you fueled. And there's something unique. They're having a Terp treasure hunt with hidden prizes on the grounds. Now, I haven't been out to Post Oak Lodge. I'm excited to. I'm told it's a fantastic venue for this kind of event, with hotels and cabins on site, making it easy to stay for the whole weekend. The event really brings together different interests, and it's a great way to support our local community. And I'm so excited to be working with Terp Floats Presents. I know the owner, the guy who operates this. He was once a sponsor of another podcast I did, and I'm so excited to be working with Josh Berner and the crew. Congratulations to everything you've done, Josh. Can't wait to see you this weekend. So we've also got a little something a little bit more serious we're going to talk about. But before we do, I've been flapping my gums long enough. It's a quarter past the hour. What do you say we crack open some jams, y'all? We got this band that you're going to be seeing at a couple of events, including the Rockavet Benefit next weekend, as well as Rock the Equinox in September. Ladies and gentlemen, get your beers in your hands. This is 9 Left Dead with Just Say Goodnight.
Say I love you, but it doesn't mean a thing. The way I hurt you, anything to numb the pain. I look right in your eyes and everything stays the same. So I say I love you, anything to numb the pain. It's so hollow and not right, and I'll do anything inside. All this pain we don't decide. If this is the end, I'll close my eyes. Will you miss me when I call? Will you ever go down the hall? From
Once again, that was 9 Left Dead. Give it up for 9 Left Dead, y'all. That is a catchy tune. I love that. I really do. I really like that one. Congratulations, guys, to landing those lineups. I see them on multiple, including the benefit coming up next week. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. But once again, folks, 9 Left Dead. Check them out on social media, anywhere that you get your streaming music, and make sure you like, follow, subscribe on any of those platforms that you find them on. Before we move on, I want to address the devastating wildfires and high winds that swept across Oklahoma this past Friday. The conditions were incredibly dangerous, y'all. The high winds were extreme low humidity, creating a what officials called the perfect recipe for wildfires. And reports indicate that the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner has confirmed 4 fatalities across the state due to these events, with deaths occurring in Lincoln, Garfield, and Haskell and Pawnee counties. Additionally, area hospitals have reported a significant number of injuries related to the fires. Specifically, in the Stillwater area, early assessments indicated over 50 homes were destroyed. And while the number has been revised, significant property damage has still occurred. Also, here locally, near Tahlequah, 2 homes were lost to a grass fire, and many others threatened. And I want to especially acknowledge the devastation in Manford, Oklahoma. The fires hit that area extremely hard, and I know many of you, including some of my close friends, have lost your homes and belongings, and this is a personal loss for any of us, and my heart goes out to everyone affected. Our hearts go out to everyone affected, and we know that some members of our rock family have been indicated. It's a tragedy, and we want to express our deepest sympathy and support. So I do know that one of our rock family folks who is amazing at organizing events and putting on concerts and benefits and such is currently throwing around ideas and pulling some resources to see what we can do as a rock community with some relief efforts. Now, we've been talking a bit about the upcoming benefit on the 29th. The Black Pearl presents a concert to benefit our vets, active duty, first responders, and Blue Star and Gold Star families. Remember, folks, I'm going to be hosting the event. Hope to see everybody out there. I'll be glad to see my good friends in Dime Store Riot. They're going to be having raffles and auctions, raising funds for the Rockavet charity. The band you just watched, 9 Left Dead, will be playing. Also, our good friend 7 Foot Monkey. And where this ties in, folks, is at this event they will also be collecting donations to send off to the folks affected by these wildfires. I see one half of Black Pearl in the comments. Miss Brandy, if you're coming to the benefit, if you can, please bring any clothes, shoes, and toiletries. We are taking donations, even pet food. That's a great idea. I didn't even think about that. Pet foods. I mean, some folks, that the pets are the only thing they had time to grab as they vacated their homes and left all of their memories, everything they had, memorabilia, pictures of their kids and the lives and trophies and all of those stuff. It really breaks my heart to think that some of our near and dear friends have just totally lost everything. And I'm so glad to be a part of a community that comes together in times of need in the spirit of community and helping those in need. Let's see if I got any other notes on this. I'm so excited to be at the Rockavet Benefit next week. Thanks again to Black Pearl for putting all of that together and doing everything that you do for our veterans. We are so excited to be a partner with you all. Now, let's see what we've got. We've got several members of the Rock family were hit. Over 400 homes across the state. A state of emergency has been declared. Remember, folks, donate. It's spring. This is what people do in spring, I'm told, because I'm borderline hoarder myself. A lot of folks, they clean out their closets. It's time for spring cleaning. I don't know about you guys, but in my closet, I've got a bunch of shirts and pants that either I don't fit, or I just don't, they're not in my normal clothing rotation. I could stand to lose easily a quarter, if not half of the clothes in my closet, but that's just me. But everybody's got these things that you've accumulated, and if they're just setting dust and it's not doing anything, this would be a perfect time for you to launder those clothes. Please do us all a favor. We're not saying anything about anyone. We're not calling anyone out. But just please do us a favor. If you're going to donate, run everything through the wash, fold it, put them in some plastic bags of some sort, whether it's Walmart sacks or trash bags or something. But yes, please launder and fold the clothes that you're going to be donating. And we will, on the page, we will be sharing more information when it comes in terms of donation places where you can be more proactive, or maybe you're just one of those folks who want to just get out there and physically help. I'm sure you can call any of the Chamber of Commerce for any of the towns affected by the wildfires and just say, hey, I'd like to volunteer my help. And that's just a beautiful thing, watching people to come together in the biggest times of need. Kate Johnson said she's out in Vanguard, just saw Smile Empty Soul. That's awesome. Hello all. How is the old family? How's it going? Alistair Thorne has joined us in the comments. I see Lori Badass Brass is in the comments. Was just about to say the same thing. Launder first. Yes. Not saying anything. I mean, I'll put it this way. My clothes, when they're in the closet and I hadn't worn them in months, you kind of get that musky smell about them. So, damn finger, Oklahoma City. April, spare the pillowcases, double the usefulness. Good point. What's up, Adam? Adam Raymond of Dime Store Riot is also with us in the comments. What's up, buddy? Good to see you again. Speaking of Dime Store Riot, they will be headlining this event that we've been discussing. Dime Store Riot will also be playing Rocklahoma 2025. Congratulations to the band, and I'm so excited to see you guys next Saturday, March 29th at the Shrine. That's the Black Pearl Veterans and Rockavet Benefit at the Shrine, hosted by yours truly. $15 to get in, folks. $15, and that money all goes to Rockavet, helping to facilitate getting that music that is medicine to a veteran. No, not the cobwebbed closet clothes. No, thank you, Christy. Those can, we'll save those for another time. It's been a little bit. I think it's time. Let's jam out for some more music. I have another submission from a band who decided to drop one in the old rock box.
Giggity.
Not like that. This next band, Awesome, awesome, awesome band. I love them. I've seen them several times, and I'm all for seeing them again. They were so close. They were like right there to making my lineup for the Memorial Day show that we're going to be throwing. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it right after this musical break from Edge Over Edge. And once again, that was Edge Over Edge. Studio audience, social media audience, let's see those reacts. Let them pour in. Hit those like and reaction buttons. See what's going on here in the comments. These boys are going to rock that stage and rock the Equinox. Yes, you can catch them at their upcoming performance in September for our Rocklahoma reunion, as I like to call so many bands. Dime Store, Riot, Nine Live Dead, Left of Red, who we featured last week, Kira. That's always a heavy but amazing band. I'm so excited to get out there to beautiful Lake John Wells. And I also want to congratulate Lori for her very well done interview courtesy of St. Anger Productions. Thank you, Michelle Osborne, for inviting myself and Lori and a whole host of other locals to sit down and talk with you and get a little bit more behind the scenes, a little bit more in depth of what you don't get to see here on the podcast, and learn a little bit. I learned a lot about Lori and Brandon Had Enough was also on there, and Sprout. This coming Memorial Day, I'm so excited, y'all. I'm like, got the vapors. I've always wanted to do a concert. I've always wanted to have my own show, and I think that's just about everybody who falls in love with live music and concerts and all of those things think, man, one day I'm going to have my own show. Well, I've had my own show for 10 years, and I figured it's time. So I've got an amazing collection of sponsors who we paid homage to right here. Also want to thank my good friend Justin of Full Blood for getting the ball rolling, for saying, hey, you really should throw a show. I'd love to be a part of it, see how I can help. And I've got this brain trust of sponsors that I always love to make sure that I represent at the beginning and end of each show, who have given not only our blessing, but their encouragement, and several have already pitched in and been to be a part of this show and help make sure that we have everything we need in order to pull this off. I don't have the lineup made just yet. We don't have the flyer. That is in production. Just late last week, we have finalized our final band. Now, we only had four slots. Well, it was only 4 of them, y'all. And so it was very, very, very tough to select groups, bands, and musicians that we wanted to represent the podcast, but we also wanted to represent the local community as well as Rocklahoma, and basically everything that we have come to know and love and be a part of as a podcast in the last 10 years. So we have our lineup, and first up is a local band by the name of Casanova. I'm very excited to work with these. These came at very high recommendation of our good friend Tyler. Huge shout out to Tyler Grease, I believe of Sick Productions, for helping me line out all of the bands, get all of these logistics and everything that I've never done before, helping me get all of this stuff accomplished. It would have taken a lot longer, and I figure I get somebody who has some experience and let them do it, and then they can show me how to do it. Because when you guys all show up and show out and we just pack the place, we're going to prove that we can do it, and we're going to do it more often.
Giggity.
I'll take that. And we're going to try to have more of these throughout the year. In addition to Casanova, I've got 3 other bands that mean a lot to me, and three of these 4 bands are Rocklahoma alumni. They have played Rocklahoma. The Normandys is one of my longtime favorite bands. They're one of the first bands that recognized me when I was in the media tent one of my first years. I think it was 2019 that we met them. It might have been 2022. I know we had a pandemic somewhere in there, but these guys made me feel like a total rock star. And the that what they put up on stage is just absolutely amazing. So I'm so excited to say that these guys are playing my first concert. Also, a Rocklahoma 2023 alum, Even in Death, will be making the trip to Tulsa, Oklahoma to play the Shrine. They're traveling 8 hours across Texas and Oklahoma from Houston to come up here and play our show. And I want to give a huge shout out to all of the folks in Even in Death, especially Sean Nations, who we just always have such a blast in the media areas and backstage areas at Rocklahoma. The doing this stuff, occasionally you get to meet some folks that you would just happily adopt them as a sibling, and Sean is one of them. He's just so much fun, and like Christy, I think if we are together in one place for too long, we could probably make some pretty epic or pretty dangerous stuff happen. So I'm so glad to see Sean and the rest of the gang of Even in Death going to be joining us May 24th at at Surviving Rocklahoma 10 Years of Mayhem. And our headliner is a band who is making their Rocklahoma debut this year, playing for the first time at Rocklahoma. I believe it's on the DEB concert stage. This is a local band that has been making a splash. They're popping up all over the place. They're attaining a big following. And I feel that these guys have a lot of potential, that they're just ready to take off. Ladies and gentlemen, rounding out our night at 10 Years of Mayhem, Crimson Love will be joining us May 24th, a Memorial Day weekend. Thank you guys so much for submitting your music and saying, hey, I would love to be a part of this event. Once again, our lineup is going to be Casanova, the Normandys, Even in Death, and Crimson Love. And keeping true, back in the day when I started going to Rocklahoma, it was on Memorial Day weekend. Let's not forget, my birthday's the next week. And I think that's the same day as Christy and Christy, the Christy twins. Christy 1 and Christy 2. I believe that's their birthday as well. So we're going to have a birthday celebration. I think Angel's birthday is at the beginning of May as well. So it's just going to be a celebration all around, celebrating 10 years of doing this podcast. And it just, every time I say that, it just makes my mind blow up. It just doesn't feel like we've been doing this for 10 years, but I absolutely love doing it. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys for supporting me this whole way and tuning in and throwing us leads and information and saying, hey, bands, you need to go check this guy out. Or, hey, you need to check this band out. They're amazing. That's what it's all about. You know what? With that being said, folks, I think that's it. That's all I have for our musical breaks tonight. We are going to be rounding things out. Once again, I want to take a moment to thank Michelle Osborne of St. Anger Productions. They've got a new podcast or a series of interviews that he's been doing featuring members of the local music industry. Also want to thank Jay Ramone of the Jay Ramone podcast, also of The Cat in Oklahoma City, for sitting down with me a couple of weeks ago for an interview as well. It's so weird setting on those interviews. I'm used to interviewing other people, so it's pretty cool to be on the other side of things and having someone interview me and me getting to share some of the stories that you guys really want to hear. I just guess what you guys want to know and what y'all want to hear about me. So I share a little bit at a time, but those are really cool to be able to go further and not worry about staying on track. That's their job to keep me on track. Good luck with that. Speaking of, guys, I wanted to say this is the point in the show where I always say thank you. Thank you so much for supporting the show. We appreciate you guys. And bands, if you would like your music featured on the podcast, it's simple. All you got to do is rock the box. Send me an email with that EPK. Otherwise, send me an email with a short bio and a band picture and a logo and high quality. Guys, that's the important thing. Shoot me the high quality stuff, high quality recording, or whether it be video or audio. We can package it all up together. It doesn't matter, but I just want to know what best represents your band and your music before we put it out to the masses for them to experience. Now, if you've got a gig as well, please include that in the email so I can let everybody know where to go. We've got a lot of events coming up, including the Black Pearl presents a Rockavet Benefit. That's March 29th. We've also got on April 19th, the Diamond Ballroom, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Shelter in Place, 19 Never. Will be there opening up for Texas Hippie Coalition. And I've also been told that Rock the River is also happening. And I believe that John has his lineup like 99.9% done. And he's just waiting on that release. I think he's waiting on 1 or 2 confirmations, and then he'll be releasing that lineup as well. This is a busy year. We are changing up some of the festivals that we're doing this year, so I'm not sure what all festivals we're going to make. We are proud to be working with a couple of other folks. One of those other folks that we're going to be working with this weekend, once again, I talked about it earlier, the Terps and Chain Festival. Going to be some great cannabis industry tables and exhibits and stuff out, vendors out there. You don't have to have a card to get in. I'm sure you probably do to buy anything. I don't know if they're going to sell anything, but there's also disc golf. I'm taking the kayak out there, and me and the guys from Rockavet, we're going to be relaxing and hanging out and meeting up with all of the folks there. And we can't wait to tackle more projects with them here in the future. Now, also, water sucks. I see you, John. Let's see, where were we? Yeah. Christy knows. I saw that squirrel and I got distracted. But with that being said, oh yeah, that's where we're at, folks. We have been doing this code word each and every week. Now, if you are collecting these code words, you've been watching every live stream and you've been collecting the code words hidden somewhere in the broadcast, just like I'm going to, and I'll tell you here in a little bit. So you're going to have to watch the next couple of minutes while we pay homage to the sponsors. First up is DEB Concerts, rocking that DEB concert stage. Hey, Doug, what do you want to do with your life? Also, about the Pooh Crew. Man, those guys are so busy. Hey, guys, what are you doing over there?
Dinner was full.
Yeah, those guys called At Your Service Rentals. And as well as Rocklahoma bitches, and their newer incarnation, the redneck bitches. So glad to have you all as sponsors, as well as the big old bus crew bringing a busload of debauchery to a festival near you. The big old bus has a ton of events that they're planning, and they will be releasing to the campgrounds map. You can get your campgrounds map, you can submit to the map right now. Go to survivingrocklahoma.com and click on the Rocklahoma Survival Guide. Huge thank you to Darren for everything that he does and helping me get that process lined out so folks can submit for the Rocklahoma campgrounds map. Now, I was talking about that code word. Well, on behalf of Rockavet guys, this week's code word is renegade. If you're keeping track, if you're keeping the list, renegade is your code word, and you continue to save those code words, and the winners with the most correct code words will then one person will win GA passes to Rocklahoma. I believe we're going to announce that around 4th of July. Thank you so much to Rockavet for inviting me to be a part of this contest. So remember, keep collecting those code words. This week's code word is renegade. No, but I see it, David. Also, folks, we want to share our appreciation for our staff photographer, Rebel of Photography by Angel Lee, our proud partner and sponsor who has been documenting our travels for the last couple of years. And we appreciate her as her contributions as our photographer and so much more. She does so much for the podcast that everybody doesn't see. Also, if you would like an official Surviving Rocklahoma t-shirt, they're produced by Metalcore Clothing, also a veteran-owned and operated business. Metalcore Clothing is another business that has came from the rock community. Our own lead singer of Perseus, Jeremy Knight, and his wonderful wife, and Miss Rocklahoma in her own right, Miss Lacey Knight, are proud sponsors of the podcast. So all of our official shirts, they are produced locally. Now, also want to, as we wrap up the show, and my voice is on the verge of giving out. Go into the comments real quick. Oh, hey, I see my other deaf friend. How's it going, my friend? How are you? It's good to see you, man. With that being said, folks, I'm going to go ahead and finish off this beverage. My tasty Astro Dog India Pale Ale. So, courtesy and, on behalf of Prior Liquors, Wines, and Spirits, the folks who sell the suds to keep me sauced. Cheers, everybody, to a smooth show. All right, with that be it, folks. I thank you guys for joining me for the live stream, but I think that does it all for us. We're cutting out almost on time tonight. We don't do that often. So we're going to go ahead and close this out just shortly before 10 and let you guys attend to whatever you've got going on. I hope everybody has a great week. Please remember to stay on the positive side of life. And as always, rock on.